Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel. I'm Brian.
And I'm a Land Cruiser fan.
Yeah, obviously. Now, this is a little bit different. Craig has already seen this in Salt Lake City. What was that, last year? We saw the first look.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of these in person. I'd already tell you I'm a little bit excited about it. So let's come check it out. This one is the round headlight design. What edition is this? The 1958? 1958 edition.
Also known as a base model.
Right, which I'm a fan of because this should be right around 50K. That's all they'll tell us right now. There's no official pricing on it. But look, when a mid-size Tacoma is about 50K, that makes this competitive. Like, it gives you the options. So I like that. Let's just check out the notes first of all. I like the round headlights. It reminds me of the FJ of the late mid-2000s. Big fan of that. You also have LED lighting up and down with halo signatures. And then this is plastic, but it's all textured. So like if you bump into something, there's not a paint problem associated with it. It's replaceable if you bump into stuff. Not a big deal. Down below, you get to a real steel skid plate, very much like our Tacoma. So pretty interesting. Definitely you can tell there's some similarities there. Let's check out wheel and tire. As we're coming to the side, I just want to point out the profile. Kind of like the GX 550. It has just a good square boxy design. I like that. I think a lot of people do too in this segment. We get questions all the time. Hey, I really need a crossover, but I want it to look like this. Well, Toyota's got you covered. They make real SUVs. That's why it's so appealing right now. All right, continuing the theme, which on this is simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. The old outgoing 200 series was expensive and huge and like $90,000, suburban sized, and a lot of tech for Toyota. This is, you want to go off-roading? You want a good boxy SUV? We've got you covered. That's what this is. You look at good flat lines going around. Simple wheels. Granted, they're 18s and they're alloys. It has 17-inch brake rotors behind it. That's why you have to have 18s on this. I'm curious about this being an issue for the off-road who may want 17s like Tacomas have. So there is that. But there's probably for good reason, for good braking. Toyota's always been good at that. The front suspension is identical as far as I can tell to the Tacoma. You've got a standard stamped steel upper control arm, ball joint, and coilover style suspension. All right, continuing down the line, again, simplicity, simplicity. Good flat top roof. This does not have a roof rack on it because this is the 1958 edition or the base edition, but show them the roof, Craig. There's a bump right here with a textured top. I think that's for headroom.
Oh, there's lots of headroom.
Which I like about that because it's always been a problem for me in the previous Tacomas that Toyota's had. Not the 4Runner, but this in particular, the Tacomas. They've really paid attention to that. I know I can fit in this thing, no question about it.
We'll see. Stay tuned for the Brian test.
Oh, okay. Well, the back's what I'm worried about. Don't leave yet. Okay. Again, coming back, smooth lines. Let's talk about rear suspension though. This is on the TNGA F platform, which you're going to hear a bunch about that because everything's built on it now. This is built on it. Tacoma's built on it. Tundra, Sequoia, GX 550, LX 600, and the Land Cruiser 300 series elsewhere in the world. It's a venerable platform, and you get all that good trucky goodness here. This is a real SUV, fully box frame, and coil rear suspension, which I think is very important for ride quality and what this thing is. Out back, the boxy design continues, and I like just a good flat spoiler on the rear and a lifting rear hatch. More on that in just a minute. But coming down, blacked out letters and textured panels. I think the flat black is like almost a throwback to all the 2000s cars that did that. I'm okay with that. It's a good thing. Big tone hitch in the back. It tows, I think it's 6,000 pounds on this. I'll correct that down below. And the powertrain in this thing is the hybrid only. That's what I'm a little bit apprehensive about because I would prefer to have just the regular four-banger. I say that though, this thing is going to have a lot of Chev. 465 torque, 326 horsepower. That is a lot. Most importantly, these all come standard with center locking diff, full-time all-wheel drive, and a rear locker as standard. That's a big deal. Now, let's see if we can check out this interior. Not our last take, not our first take. Craig almost let me forget it, the ABD. Approach angle is 31 degrees, breakover is 25, and departure is 22. But most importantly, there's something happening here. It's like
something golden there.
112.2 golden axle ratio. That's the number for Land Cruiser. Is pretty cool. Let's check out the interior.
Moving on to the rear interior, Brian. This is really awesome. Check out the door. The theme of simplicity, quality, reliability, and durability continues. Look, for years, Brian, we wanted poverty spec Land Cruisers. We get one here. I love this fabric. Look at this fabric and just feel it, touch it and feel it. It feels very durable, very, like it's gonna hold up to everything. When you got mud and your kids and gear, it's not gonna rip or tear. You can just tell.
Or muddy kids.
We're getting ready to do a Brian test here in a minute, but before we get to that, let's check out the seat and the kind of room. Very comfortable back here. I do get a folding center armrest, plenty of room, and the same materials continue here. I shockingly don't get rear AC back here. You would think.
Yeah.
But Brian, it's up here. So we're still okay. We still get racy. Yeah, don't get fooled.
I was about to get mad.
All right, Brian, but most importantly, the people want to know, and I've been wanting to know since Salt Lake.
I have two, by the way.
I think you're going to be really happy because you'll notice up here there's no, again, poverty spec.
Yep.
Or 1958.
Hey, come on.
No moonroof, which means hello.
Hello. How nice
is that not amazing?
Wow. Look, I'm a goofily tall in the torso person, and this is a prized thing for me is headroom. Full-size trucks can't do this half the time, so I'm very pleased with that. Good job, Toyota. Good job.
To the front. Moving on to the front, Brian, the theme continues. Check out the door. Get a nice pull to put your phone. Plenty of room for water bottles down below because you're going to need those on the long trips with your overlanding. And let's get in here. Look, Brian.
Ooh, really?
You notice this? This is a Land Cruiser thing.
Yeah.
I'm a Land Cruiser guy. You know that?
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
We
a handle. A handle.
And a handle.
A handle on the back. They're everywhere. They give you
Everybody,
handles
just do
because
this.
you're going to be off-road doing stuff and you need to hold on to stuff, and that's nice. Moving on here, you get the same trim or the same materials. I love that. It's just basic and simple. The simplicity in here is wonderful. Look, the GX550 is amazing. Don't get me wrong, and I think it's a bargain for what it is. But I like the simplicity of this better. I do wish it had the GX550 powertrain, or I just wish it didn't have the hybrid. Maybe we'll get that in a mid-year refresh. That'll be interesting to see. I can't really start anything up and show you anything here, but you do get the digital instrument cluster like we do in all the other new Toyota products.
Look at that steering wheel. That looks awesome.
Steering wheel. It's just, and look, we're just back to simplicity, but we still get plenty of buttons.
It's still leather.
And it's still leather, even though it's a 1958 model. Pricing, yes, this is going to be what, mid-50s, as they're saying?
They're thinking in the 50s is what they're saying.
And I think that's very reasonable for what we're getting here for all the capability. As we talked earlier, there's plenty of room up here as well. I mean, it's just gobs of room. It's insane.
Oh,
love that.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
One more thing. This comes standard with the TSS 3.0, which means you get, I think it's automatic high beams, and also all the lane keep safety stuff is now standard. That's nice.
Moving on to the center stack, Brian, it's just simplicity. We get buttons. Like, look, I get HVAC control buttons. I don't get that in the GX550. That's one of the reasons I think to stay over on this side. We do get mode select, drive modes, crawl control. What were we pointing out?
Heated seats.
Heated seats, yeah. Heated seats are always nice. And then we get plenty of room to put your phone, your little Stanley cups. But Brian, here's where the magic is. Yes, this is a base model, but Brian, you still get standard all-time four-wheel drive, center locking diff. You see that button right there?
Oh, baby. That's what matters.
That's what matters. You get that standard in all models, a electronically controlled rear locker. That is huge. We don't get that in so many things. And then, of course, plenty of storage. No one cares about that. Brian, we're so excited about this thing, especially me. I'm so glad it's back, especially this trim. This is the trim I would get. I love how sparse and just back to basics it is. Look, you want to go camping, you want to go off-road, this will do it. And it's just simple. You don't have to overthink it. And you can build off this platform. It's going to be fun to see people build these things. With that, stay tuned for more. We'll have more Land Cruisers on our hands soon, we hope.
With keys.
Yes, with keys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know which trim you want and why you want that trim. Or do you like the GX550 better? Let us know. Thanks for watching.